casually.
So we just got out of power
oh my God,
yoga.
Don't film this! I'm literally shedding. This is the look. This is the mood.
You're gonna film it. Film like that. It's cute.
Film like this?
Yeah. We just got out of...
This is actually a get ready with me video.
This is power yoga. We just got out of power yoga because we're super trendy and super LA.
We're real LA girls now.
We weren't LA girls for the entire first year and a half that we lived here, but now we are.
I drank a green juice the other day though, and I felt like really healthy.
For like a minute.
Like a hot minute.
Oh, there's a Tesla. Yep. We're definitely...
And then
we're definitely... Yeah, we're definitely reaching Malibu territory right now. Peyton and I went to the Grove like a month ago, and my audio was super screwed up. And we had the cutest video of us singing to Shawn Mendes, so now we're redoing
and
it.
R5.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you meet me down on Elevate Street?
Oh, that guy's cute. Oh, he has a man bun. Never mind. Man buns aren't my thing. Like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Like, whenever people are like, "What is your type?" I'm like, Shawn Mendes. Very dark, prominent features, and then like dark, short hair.
I just right when I start to think that I have a type, like someone will come and surprise.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this.
Yeah, I feel like I need to like.
Ooh, you give me a little taste.
How is your food?
It's really
This
good.
is super dark. As we eat on the beach. That's the beach. I'm gonna talk about Shawn Mendes a little bit. Like an actual conversation about Shawn Mendes and not...
Should we play Shawn Mendes then?
Yeah.
I mean, I love R5.
So I was having an existential crisis yesterday because of him.
You were.
I need to delete my Stan Twitter. Because like Stan Tumblr and Stan Twitter are very different
It's like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I feel like for a really long time, and somewhat even now, I like tried to like make myself stay away from like Stan accounts and from like too many YouTube videos because I was like, also I'm trying to go into the entertainment industry, and so I was like, I need to like stay away from like my fangirl
like, why
tendency.
am I not like
and like lean more towards like just genuine personal interest, but it's hard.
Aquaman?
Oh my god, if Jason Momoa just busted.
I've met some cool girls through it, but I've also met like, or not even met, but like there are also a lot of girls who are just like, it's a competition of like getting noticed or getting a follow and like stuff like that, which is, it is cool when you get them, but like it's getting to the point where like, I feel bad saying this, he like interacts with the same people, like the same set of like people, like the people who do artwork and then the people who do like merch ideas. Like you wish you were artistically inclined, or you wish that you were doing something that was like worth him noticing, and it's like, it's such a bad mindset, but it's
I feel like where I've been trying to go in like the past like couple years is going from like the mindset of like just getting noticed or just noticing someone in general, like like the idea of like going to not like a concert because that's a different thing and that's a different experience, but like trying to like just see him outside of a building, or like paying hundreds of dollars for a meet and greet, which no offense to anybody, if I had hundreds of dollars, I'm sure I would,
like if you had enough saved up and
do
like,
it. But just to like see someone and hug them for 2 seconds, like I get the appeal of it, but at the same time I feel like
it sets myself up for disappointment,
and I feel like it dehumanizes someone a little bit too when you're like treating them as like a sight to see, almost, you know what I mean, rather than like I really want to like talk to you and
paying
hang
for like
out
the
with
circus.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird.
And makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I've been debating buying a meet and greet ticket for so long, but like every time I do, I just think of VidCon. Because I paid for the ticket for the entire convention, obviously. But I literally spent one of the 3 days just not going to any panels or anything, thank you, to get in line and to meet Troy.
Yeah.
And like when I met him, it was great and he was super nice. But like I just couldn't say anything. Like it was so weird. Like it was such a set up environment where it's like, like filter them in, filter them out. Like they're not gonna remember your name, blah blah blah. Like,
and it makes sense why they do that, because you can't have an event with that many people
and just let them walk around.
And just have like try to have quality conversations, because you just don't have the time or the space or the ability to do that. So it makes sense. When you pour so much energy into another person, it's so good to give them your support, and that's how their career thrives, and that's important. But then like to like have your career interests, your class goals, your whatever you have, your work, your job, your other things going on in your life, like those should be just as important.
It feels like an over talk.
I know.
Like, but it's so much different when it's like, so context for this, both of us have entertainment career goals, not like famous singers or anything, but like production stuff. And it's so weird when like you just watch the people like Shawn, like when you just watch them and they're our age but they're already like accomplishing so much, it just setting myself 10 steps back just thinking about how much farther he is than me, even though his job is completely different.
Yes, like we look at Shawn and he's literally our age and like private jet face masks, and I'm like, okay, your life's not real. But then at the same time, like I look at like, because his photographer is like, love that guy, like big idol of mine photography wise, and like as far as I know, because I'm not like, I don't know like his whole life story, but from what I've seen on like social media and what he's spoken about, like he used to like couch surf and he like really didn't get his start until just a few years ago. Like his big break working with Shawn like a few years ago. And everybody has their own timelines, and a lot of the time I'll think, oh, I'm behind, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I recently turned 19 and I'm already like doing so much that so many people our age aren't doing as well. Just because I don't have like 3 #1 albums doesn't mean that I'm not like on a good path. And like it's really easy to forget that, but it's like you have to remind yourself. I just talked to my cousin on the phone the other day, and she's always the first person to be like, how are you doing all of this already? And I'm like, what do you mean I'm 8 years late? But then I'm like, 8 years ago, I was 11, so no, I'm not. And they're just different. Like if we're looking at Shawn, when like MagCon and all his vines and stuff started taking off, he was still really young, and he doesn't get this college experience that we're having. And not to say that his experience is going to be worse because of it, or that ours will be.
It's just weird.
It's just different.
It's
just so different. Thank you.
No, it's very good to hear that. Because it gets very, especially going to school in LA. I'm like, I am so in my head about all of this because I'm not a TikTok influencer.
No, and there's this one guy who is literally at our school, our year, and I messaged him the other day because I didn't realize he went to UCLA because I followed him on my photography account. He's a videographer.
Oh, I was gonna say, are we talking about Conan?
No, not Conan. But this other guy, and he's a videographer, and he got hired by Shawn to do a video during his festival run this summer, and he works with all these celebrities. Yeah, he's crazy. But then I also stalk his Instagram because, like you do when you meet someone or see someone new.
Yeah.
And he's also he's thinking about maybe majoring in psychology, which is one of my majors. So I was like, what the heck? Like, immediately I'm like, how is he doing all of these things that I want to do?
But I'm not.
But I'm not doing them. And then I look back, and he has had all this experiences. I didn't really start getting serious about photography until like 2 years ago.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk about not getting discouraged by...
I know. I feel like we were supposed to talk about Shawn, and then I got...
Well, we did.
I got real railroaded.
We're talking about Shawn in general. I just really like... I love him. Just love him.
Honestly, it's like... I mean, like, I obviously don't know him, like, as a personal friend. I've never met him. But he seems so sweet, and like, I'm just like,
I want to give you a hug. Okay, let's...
Are we rolling out?
Well, now it's time for some pretty shots of Malibu. Enjoy.
Roll out of bed and straight up to the clouds. Inside my closet, really stay.